The following is a presentation of National Speed Sport News.
Tonight on Speed Sport, we go to the legendary Cement Palace in Seekonk, Mass. to remember a legend. It's the Boston Louie Seymour Memorial Classic for NEMA Winged Midgets. Hi everybody, welcome to Seekonk Speedway here in Massachusetts. I'm Ralph Sheheen alongside Erin Evernham on hand for the 18th annual Boston Louie Seymour Memorial presented by Acquia. A great night of racing on hand, 51 midgets in the pit area here tonight, spread out over two classes. Erin, it's a huge field, one of the largest we've seen here for this event in recent years, and an event you've actually competed in.
Yeah, I had the honor of actually driving a Seymour car here in 2005. It's a really big night for the NEMA Midgets and for all the open wheel fans in the Northeast.
And as you can see, a large crowd on hand to take in the event. Of course, the whole event in honor of Boston Louie Seymour. We have the opportunity to talk to Bobby Seymour about his famed father.
Quiet, smiled a lot, and everybody seemed to like him. So I think that's kind of what made him so popular, other than coming from Boston, Massachusetts, out to Indiana, Knoxville, Iowa, you name it, to race. And when he got there, he was always happy and just loved to race. Happened to have good results, won a championship, won a lot of races, had great drivers driving for him, from Kenny Schrader to Bentley Warren to Eddie Levitt to Doug Wolfgang and Sammy Swindell. So all great drivers driving for him, and he had a great life.
Boston Louie was a great man, loved by all the fans in this region, and what a great way to pay tribute to that legendary man in the racing business here in the Northeast. Well, we're going to start with the NEMA class midget heat races. Now these are basically what you would see like a USAC midget, as we're on board with the Seymour Family 29, Ian Cummins behind the wheel. 350 horsepower, Erin, and they run a big wing on him as we get set to go green here at Seekonk.
Yeah, that wing adds a lot of extra downforce and side force. The corner speeds are a lot higher, a lot more grip.
Here we go. Paul Scally from the pole right into the early lead.
I love that about the midgets. They run 3-4 wide here. A lot of room to pass.
You see the 99 trying to work its way up. Jim Santa Maria. Santa Maria on the 99 moving around to the outside here in that black car. He's got the 4 to the inside. Anthony Nocella. Nocella in the Hoosier back car moving into position. As you said, a couple of good lines here. Nice wide racetrack for these midgets.
Yeah, in these heat races you have to go early too. These set the lineup for the feature, so it's really important. Short distance.
On board with Cummins.
Running the high line, keeping some momentum going. I found it would be really easy to overdrive these cars. I think you have all that extra grip. Your tendency is to drive too hard into the corner.
Speeds approaching 100 miles an hour in these midgets. Screaming around this track. You can see them fighting with the front wheels.
Yeah, they have such a short wheelbase. They're very sensitive. Any steering input.
Doug Kobe in the 74 gets to the bottom. Back on board with Cummins. There goes Kobe.
Doug has a lot of pavement experience. He's a former NASCAR Modified Tour champion. Trying that crossover move.
White flag is out. Laps are going to go real quick here, just 8 lap heats.
They do, about 11.5 second, 12-second laps.
Scally going to lead this one, flag to take heat number 1. So what is a NEMA Midget? Well, there's 2 different classes. Our Derek Pernesiglio breaks it down for you between the NEMA Midgets and the NEMA Lites.
Ralph, these are 2 of the type of midgets we're going to see racing here tonight in the Boston Louie Seymour Memorial. This is a NEMA Lite car, and this is a full NEMA Midget. Now, the Lite cars started a couple of years ago when they were derived from the Ford Focus Midget series. A lot of them use Ford Focus Midget engines. You can also run a Quad 4 Oldsmobile engine, or you can also run a piston inline Honda engine. Now, these cars are a lot different than the full Midget. These cars are smaller cubic inches. They have about 175 horsepower. Now, all around, you can run the same suspension, same type of tires. You can even run the same offsets. But the big difference, too, is when you come over here to the NEMA car, this is a big fat Gertie engine, 360 horsepower. That's the big difference between these two cars. 175, 360. A driver will start off at a young age in these cars. The minimum age is 14 years old to drive a NEMA Lite car. The minimum age is 15 to drive a NEMA Midget. A lot of the drivers that come into the Lite series eventually graduate up to the full-size midgets.
All right, thanks, Derek. You know, the great thing about NEMA, they started 62 years ago with the thought of trying to make racing affordable for the little guy. They did it then. They're still doing it today. When you're ready to progress to the bigger class, you pretty much just pull the smaller engine out, put the bigger one in, and off you go racing. We'll be back. Since 1934, National Speed Sport News has been America's motorsports authority. Every month, Speed Sport Magazine comes alive with stunning photography, insightful commentary, and in-depth features. You will get the full story with Speed Sport Magazine. To start your home delivery of America's motorsports authority, log on to nationalspeedsportnews.com and hit the big yellow subscribe button. Be the fan in the know. Just go to nationalspeedsportnews.com and click subscribe.